very excited. Haven't seen my brother and sister in there for 2 years.
It's a long list of countries that you listed some of them, but the UK, China, even Mexico, Canada, almost 2 years now, year and a half, that coming for a vacation has not been allowed unless you're a U.S. citizen, which if you were dual, then you were lucky to come back in, but otherwise no. So today all that changes. LAX, they are getting ready for the big change. They believe that big crowds are going to begin coming in today. Heathrow Dummery at LAX.
Today, we're expecting about 13,000 international visitors a day. We think that in the next couple of months, our numbers could rise to 35,000 to 40,000 people a day. So we're
yeah, it means billions of dollars just to Southern California. Many of today's inbound flights completely full. Delta Airlines says it's seen a 450% increase in bookings to the U.S. United, 30,000 people on its planes flying into the U.S. today. Their flights into the U.S. from all over the world are sold out today. And symbolically, guys, at Heathrow today, Virgin and British Airways, they rolled down on parallel runways, taking off simultaneously, lifting off into the sky together, wingtip, well, not really wingtip to wingtip, they weren't that close, but at the same time, heading to New York. So quite the sign there, but then symbol there. So the deal is you fly in, you've got to be vaccinated and a negative test. You drive in from Mexico or Canada for a non-U.S. citizen. You've got to prove only that you're vaccinated. You don't have to worry about the test, but it's as of today.
What about ground crossings? I mean, I saw images of what appeared to be long lines coming into the United States from Mexico and Canada, but any problems associated with that at all?
No problems that we know about yet. We just got some reports in just before you came to me from Brownsville, Texas, and there are a lot of people lined up that, now, if you were a U.S. citizen, dual, or if you had a job in the U.S. that was critical, you've been going back and forth, no problem anyway. But if you're living in Calexico or in El Paso or in San Diego, this has had a major impact that every day people who are not U.S. citizens cross legally. They come over, they shop, they get lunch, and then they walk back over. And none of that has been, or very little of it, has been going on. That whole Mall of the Americas, or whatever it's called in San Diego, right before you go into Tijuana, that's what the business is. That's people coming over from Tijuana and getting outlet deals at Coach or at Adidas, and then going back in. They haven't been able to do that.
Well, people do go over there for drugs.
I know. But we don't often shout it out while Alex is speaking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't normally yell that when I'm talking.
Drugs! Hey, how was it to go to Europe for us? Do you know?
Yeah, you were able to go, and there were different rules about over there of what you could do and what you had to do to get in. Italy for a while didn't allow it. Then you had to be tested to get into Italy. Then you were allowed to go as a U.S. citizen to go that way. But to get back into the U.S., you've had to have a negative, even if you've been fully vaccinated as a U.S. citizen. And it's got to be one of the, and even now, it's got to be one that is either at a doctor's office or a clinic that's approved or monitored, that like the ones that you can buy at Walgreens, but these, they watch you on video while you're doing it to make sure you're the one doing it. So you do it on your phone or on a computer and they watch you. But so from the beginning and even now, you've got you can go over there, and there are different rules depending on what country you're going to. Coming back, it's the same. A U.S. citizen, you got to get a negative test, and then you can come back.
Very good, Alex. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Still there with the latest. And I love that he referenced those airplanes taking off wingtip to wingtip.
Yeah.
Only real pilots would.
He does that every time he comes on. There's always a little bit of a pilot nugget in there.
Just a tiny bit.
He just tucks it away for you guys to bro out with.
He and I just wink at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink.
Well, Wall Street is closing with stocks
Down!
with 3 record high closes because of this infrastructure bill. Industrials and materials stocks led the way today. Of course, they will benefit from the newly passed legislation.
Are you sure it's the infrastructure bill and not the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs won?
I'm positive.
Oh.
The Dow rose by 103 to 36,431. S&P 500 gained by over 4 to 4702. NASDAQ jumped by 11 to 15,982. Again, all 3 high closes, records.
All right, coming back, Jason Nathanson's going to join us. A little update on what's going on in Houston in terms of the investigation after the Astro World fiasco that left 8 people dead, but also the more problems on the set of Rust, the movie where Alec Baldwin shot and killed a cinematographer. And
Your chance
on
at
the good
$1,000.
side, that's the good part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all coming up.
You betcha.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Karen. If you're going to a shopping mall, theater, gym, or nail salon, and several other kinds of businesses in LA, you're going to have to show proof of COVID-19 vaccination. Mayor Garcetti, who has COVID-19, says it'll encourage people to get vaccinated and make businesses safer for employees and customers. A petition's being circulated calling for Travis Scott to be removed as the headliner of the Coachella Music and Arts Festival next April. About 1,500 have signed it as of this morning in the wake of a crowd surge that killed 8 people at his Astro World concert in Houston Friday. Walmart is taking a drive into the future. It's teamed up with an autonomous delivery company to use fully driverless trucks. They're using them in Arkansas, where Walmart is headquartered, and it's also being tested out in the New Orleans area. We'll test out some phone on the 101 next.
Termites love Southern California, and there are 2 kinds of termite seasons here. One, well, it's here all year long, and 2, it's really termite season, and that's what's going on right now. If you see those little bugs flying around or what looks like small pieces of sawdust on the floor, termites. And I'm going to suggest you call Pacific Coast Termite for a free home inspection. Now, certain restrictions apply. When you use Pacific Coast Termite, no tenting, no double bagging your food, no pet sitting. I've tented before. It is a nightmare. You do not want to go there. You can actually be home while Pacific Coast Termite does its work. Try doing that with a tent over your house. Mention KFI, get 10% off termite treatments, 2-year guarantee on their work. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com.
Pacific Coast Termite, kill termites.
The clean, friendly way.
So in downtown LA on the 101.
101 freeway northbound side, right before you get to Grand, where the middle lane is blocked and things are going to be slow coming away from Alameda, while the southbound side slows down as you're heading away from Santa Monica Boulevard over to the 110 freeway. Eastbound side of the 10, that's going to be a patchy ride coming out of Mid-City from just before La Cienega over to the 110 freeway. Also, things are slow on the southbound side of the 5 as you're coming out of Elysian Park from Stadium Way, and that's going to stay kind of patchy on over to the 605. And things remain busy on the 605, southbound side leaving Whittier from Whittier Boulevard over to the 5. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jay Owen.
This report is sponsored by Driveway.com. Take advantage of the hot used car market and sell your car now to Driveway.com. They'll even pick it up from your driveway. That's Driveway.com. Hey, Conway here. I've had many pleasant surprises throughout my career and my personal life, and my experience with advanced hair restoration is one of my favorites. I received their advanced FUE treatment 2 years ago, and I'm surprised and relieved that my own natural hair has literally replaced my bald spot. Advanced hair addresses hair loss for men and women across all ages, and I know that they can help you too. Advanced hair does it with an easy, virtually pain-free, one-day treatment. It's amazing that such a simple solution can address balding that progressed for years, or in my case, decades. Don't wait any longer. Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care exceeds the CDC guidelines, so there's never been a better time to address your needs. For your free consultation, call 844-333-HAIR, and you're going to receive special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. 844-333-HAIR, or see the before and after photos at advancedhair.com.
Churches is adding Applewood smoked Texas cut bacon to our all-white meat chicken sandwich. Yep, these 2 are best flavors forever. Try our new Texas cut bacon chicken sandwiches today. Churches, bringing that down home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth. It was actually EPI.
Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And UTI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. UTI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyuti.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have UTI?
Sponsored by AbbVie. Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. What does solar mean for your future?
Well, that depends on whether your solar is Sunlux Solar.
Sunlux Solar means you've unshackled your home from the rising cost of electricity. Sunlux Solar means uninterrupted power during blackouts or natural disasters. It means no more dependence on gasoline because your home fuels your car. Sunlux Solar means saving tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. I design homes. I know just how much is riding on your solar. That's why I partner with Sunlux, because Sunlux is solar done right. The most comprehensive warranty of the industry, 5-star customer service, critical partnerships with industry leaders like Tesla and LG. With Sunlux, it's a partnership for your home's future, and that future is just a click away at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki from 1-800-NO-CUP. Can you do the alphabet backwards? Z, Y, X, W, Z. Yeah, try doing that by the side of the road. So if you get pulled over, don't wing it. Call us at 1-800-NO-CUP.
Hey, it's Gary and Jen, and we made the free iHeart app so you can take KFI with you everywhere you go. Keep listening even when there isn't a radio nearby.
So listen, maybe you're in the office, or you're out for a walk, or you're on a trip away from home. KFI is right there on your phone with one tap.
Love podcasts? Us too. And we have thousands to choose from, like, I don't know, the Gary and Jen show.
News to sports and everything in between. iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
Hey, it's Dean. You know what? If you hate waiting forever for the hot water to show up, you can solve that problem by getting yourself an under-sink recirculation pump. You can find them online or at your local hardware store. It only takes a few minutes to install it yourself. You'll save money on your water bill, and hot water will be right where you want it.
Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer.
KFI AM 640.
Morris, getting ready to talk.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
It would just be a waste of her time and mine. I'm not at peak athletic performance.
No one wants to see that.
No, I know.
Yeah, just be a mess all over the place. Federal appeals court suspended the Biden administration's new vaccine requirement for private companies, delivering a pretty significant legal blow. It's not over yet, but this decision was reviewed by a panel of 3 judges appointed to the U.S. Court of Appeals in the 5th Circuit. They said that there was cause to believe there are grave statutory and constitutional issues with this order. So they have stayed the order while the court assesses it more in depth. Maybe goes for a full panel of judges.
Looks like more problems on the Rush set, leading entertainment news this Monday. Jason Nathanson joins us, but before he does, how about your chance at $1,000?
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword BAG, B-A-G, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's BAG to 200-200.
Winners are notified by phone. Got to answer to pick up $1,000. Another chance coming up next hour and every hour until 7:20 tonight. We're giving away $1,000 an hour.
Hey, Jason, I was just reading about Richard Madden in, of course, the new Marvel new film, Eternals. And he was talking about how all this attention about the sex scene is very crass. And he calls it an intimate moment.
Did you say specifically who was listening to you guys on Friday?
He said specifically he was listening to Jason Nathan.
Yes. I mean, I'm known for my craftsmanship, so
Right.
I can definitely understand
Double
that.
down on that.
Did either of you see it over the weekend?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. It is a very intimate moment that, I shared with a couple hundred people in the movie theater.
There's something weird about that, huh? Like, I remember years ago, I went to go see 50 Shades of Grey at
You're the one.
it was like a 10 o'clock screening in Burbank. It was when I was on the John and Ken show. And I didn't really think it through. Like, it sounded good in theory, like, oh, everyone's talking about this movie, I'll go check it out. And I sat there with strangers and just watched sex for an hour and a half, and it felt really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's very uncomfortable unless you're into that kind of thing. And that's a different kind of movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Altogether.
So anyway, most of all rest, huh?
Well, Alec Baldwin is now calling for, on the set of all movies that have a gun, fake or not, that he wants a police officer on the set. He says, this is a post that he put on social media, that he wants a police officer on set, hired by the production, to specifically monitor weapon safety. Which is, seemingly that's the job of the armor or the prosecutor. But I mean, there are people whose job it is specifically to do that. I don't know what a police officer necessarily would add to that. Because again, these sets have been very safe with guns for the most part. This is something that, and we'll get more information, I'm sure, as the days go on, but that it seems the safety protocols just weren't followed, and when they are followed, things go well. So I don't know exactly what adding a police officer on the set would do. Yeah, I mean, obviously, police officers would have some amount of training when it comes to handling weapons, and they're probably the most common people that we think of on a day-to-day basis who have and use weapons, or I should say have, not all really use weapons. But there's going to be a wide discrepancy of, even within law enforcement, of who's super gun guy, gal, whatever, and people who are just like, I just use it as a tool. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about what's going on down there.
Right, and all the various guns that are that could be used. For instance, on this set, on the Rush set, it was old Western guns, which is going to be very different from whatever a police officer is carrying today. Plus the use of blanks and the dummy rounds and all the sorts of things that you would have to be familiar with. Now, presumably this person would be familiar with them as well, but also, again, there is somebody on set who is in charge of that, and that has gone, those protocols have been, when they're followed, have made sets pretty safe when it comes to those kinds of things.
We spent some time earlier today talking about what happened at Astro World Festival down in Houston. Travis Scott was on the stage when there was a deadly stampede, and he has come out and said that he is personally going to refund all of the people that were there.
Yeah, he's going to refund all the people that were there. He also came out today and said that he will pay the funeral costs for those who died as well, and that they're set up hotlines and stuff for one-on-one online therapy for people who were involved, injured, or just there and traumatized by the event. So he seems to be trying to do what he can. Over the past couple of days, there have been a lot of people, especially online, saying that he could have done more to stop it, or that he was told that something was happening and he kept going. Of course, they're going to look into that and figure that out. But
if you're performing, it would be hard to differentiate between just an excited crowd and a melee or whatever.
Absolutely, especially in something like this. But there were some videos of people coming up to him and telling him something, but we don't know if they were telling him that. And then there are all these videos people have posted of performers doing just that, stopping a show when there was something going wrong. These are all over social media over the weekend of Billie Eilish, Adele, Harry Styles, even Linkin Park stopping. There's somebody hurt, I guess, they're mocking, and Linkin Park stopping and saying, hey guys, everybody chill out, we gotta stop, we gotta make sure. It's all specifically saying, the artist is specifically saying in some of these clips that it's our responsibility if anybody gets hurt, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and I've seen that law enforcement and concert officials there in Houston are saying they let the concert go on, even though it had been considered a mass casualty event. They'd already seen that people were hurt, But they let it go on for fear that if they were to cancel it and pull the plug on it right away, that would have caused even more problems.
Right. And then we're getting the police chief in Houston saying that he met with Travis Scott before the concert, apparently worried that there might be some kind of safety issues or something. It seems like a lot of people were saying or knew that this could be a potential for something like this. But then, I mean, it would seem like all concerts and festivals could be as well. I don't know why this one specifically would be more than any other. So, this is something that they're going to sort out over the next couple of days. Of course, there are already lawsuits that have been filed by some of the people who were there and some of the families as well. So we'll see what comes out in all those.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good.
Yeah?
Played some pickleball.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're really into this thing, aren't you?
I am.
It's
I
big.
like it. It's fun.
It's huge right now.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's on the morning shows. It's on Kelly and Ryan.
Oh, well,
There's
if it's
an
on
article.
Kelly and Ryan, then sign me up.
There was an article in Vanity Fair. This weekend there's a celebrity tournament in Palm Springs area.
All right.
That I will be attending. Yes, I will be there.
You're all in. You are all in.
It was the funny thing is, and I don't know what happened. It was originally sponsored by Randall Emmett and Lala Kent, who are on that Real Housewives or something. I'm not exactly sure which one. I don't follow that, and I don't know who they are. But then there were reports that they had actually broken up. So I don't know who's sponsoring this.
They did break up.
They did break up, but apparently they break up all the time. So I'm not sure exactly. All I know is it's a celebrity event. They started announcing the celebrities, and the first one was some female wrestler, and I stopped paying attention.
They're on Vanderpump Rules, not the
sorry.
Housewives.
But it's a spin-off, right? You consider a spin-off?
Yeah,
Vanderpump,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I guess. I feel like I should know that, given that I'm an entertainment reporter, but
I got you.
I can't know everything. Thank you, Shannon.
Anytime you need any updates, you just let Shannon know.
I will.
Jay, now, thank you.
Take care.
Jason Nathanson there. Coming back, Mixtape Monday. All the stuff that's going on in the music world. Gary and Shannon will continue. Amy King has an update.
Proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test is now needed before you can go into a restaurant in LA. The Safe Pass LA regulation starts today. It also applies to movie theaters, malls, gyms, concerts, museums, spas, and salons.
Either you just stay at home and don't do anything, or you go get vaccinated.
The new citywide mandate is another layer on top of LA County's new mandate for bars, clubs, breweries, and wineries. News brought to you by Cunning Dental Group. Northern California has become a home to a constitutional republic city.
Oroville has decided to send a strong message to state and federal leaders that it will not follow what it considers to be controversial orders from the governor or president. The city council's decision mostly stems from pandemic-related rules from the state and feds, like closing businesses as well as mask and vaccine mandates. Though it's unclear whether Oroville has a legal right to disregard federal and state orders, the city's vice mayor says it was time for them to draw a line in the sand. Jennifer Jones-Lee, KFI News.
At least 3 lawsuits have been filed against the organizers of the Astro World Music Festival in Houston, during which a crush of fans killed 8 people. This fan says he fell to the ground and had a heart attack during Friday night's crowd surge.
I was on the floor, screaming for help and trying to reach for people's hands so they could see me and no one would see me.
Rappers Travis Scott and Drake have been named in some of the lawsuits. The LAPD has released body cam footage of an officer who shot a pit bull with a beanbag round in front of a home in Winnetka. The video shows 2 officers approach the dog, and then the dog moves toward the officers.
Your dog's going to be secured. Hey, your dog's going to be secured, bro.
LAPD says officers were sent to the home November 4th after someone called to complain of a vicious animal chasing people in the neighborhood. The dog's owner told the TV station he felt officers were hunting for his dog and never gave it a chance. The dog was treated for an injury to its head. A couple in New Zealand is waiting to hear back from Guinness World Records on whether they have dug up the world's largest potato. They had to dig it out of the ground with a garden fork because it was so big, and applied for world record status for their spud they named Doug. Doug weighs 17 pounds. What's it get? Crash and Bellflower on the 91.
Westbound 91 at Lakewood Boulevard. That's where the far left lane is shut down. Things are going to be jammed up right there at the 605. Also causing delays on the eastbound side from the 710 freeway. As you're heading along the 101, got a crash now in Silver Lake, southbound 101 before Silver Lake Boulevard, where the right lane is taken away, adding to a heavy ride there from about Santa Monica Boulevard. Northbound side of the 101, right before Grand in downtown LA. Still got a stalled car in the middle lane, so things are heavy there coming away from Mission Road. Also, as you're making the ride into Pomona on the 71 northbound side transition to the westbound 10, got a crash here in lane, so things are pretty heavy from first. KFI, the Sky Hills get you there faster. I'm Jerry.
At a prestigious consumer electronics show, the winner for best product